Hello, hello. It's great to have you with us. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today we're going to be talking about keto fruits and can we have them or not. So I will just let you know a little bit about myself. My name is Sharon Hartley and I've been following ketogenic lifestyle now for going on my 16th month. And I have lost 102 pounds. And over that time, yes, I have eaten keto fruits. So the big topic is what can we eat when we are low carb or keto? So stay tuned. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel and you would like to subscribe, I would love to have you on my journey and many others like me. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you are notified of any of future videos that I put out on the ketogenic lifestyle. So I'm just going to go over to my email where I have all my notes, and I'm just going to be reading off my notes today. So I hope that you enjoy this video. If you have any comments or questions, please comment in the comment section below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thank you and enjoy this video. Keto fruits. What low carb fruits are okay for keto diet? I'm sure you've grown up on the saying an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Unfortunately, a medium-sized apple can have around 20 grams of net carbs, making a dent in your total carbs for the day on a keto diet. I've had many friends ask me if it's even healthy to avoid eating fruits in my keto lifestyle. Fruits are typically pretty sweet, which really limits your selection. Fruits are loaded in micronutrients, though, and provide a multitude of health benefits, so it wouldn't be fair to rule them out completely. With a bit of research and planning, you can incorporate some low-carb fruits into your regular diet to help curb your sweet cravings. I've compiled a list of some common keto fruits that you can keep as part of your diet. The keto fruit list I'm going to go through with you, since fruits do have natural sugars in them, fructose, we have to be mindful of serving sizes. Individual servings probably won't push you out of ketosis, but it may be difficult to stop at just one serving. I highly recommend that you use a food scale to weigh out your portion sizes so that you can keep track of how many carbs you're consuming. Can you eat avocados on a keto diet? Avocados are often considered a staple fruit while on a keto diet. Loaded in fiber and healthy fats, you can mix them in with your salads or even blend them into amazing low-carb avocado smoothie to help quench your sweet cravings. For one average size avocado, about 200 grams, it'll have approximately 4 net carbs, and that has 13 grams of fiber and 29 grams of fat, making it an amazing source of fats for your keto diet. Can you eat apricots on the keto diet? Apricots are relatively a small fruit which contain a very large pit seed proportionate to the fruit itself. They are loaded in anti-inflammatory nutrients as well as nutrients that can help protect your vision. You can enjoy a whole apricot as a snack or as a dessert since they only contain 3 of net carbs per apricot. Depending on the overall size, you can also make it into a jam using your low-carb cooking skills. And if you're lazy, like I am, I use Walden Farms, has their own low-carb apricot jam spread. Can you eat peaches on a keto diet? Peaches are very similar to apricots, but are sustainably bigger. Like practically any other fruit, peaches are great for antioxidants as well as nutrients. They may help prevent cancer, aid with skin and eye care. A medium-sized peach around 150 grams will approximately be 12 of net carbs, meaning that you could realistically fit it into your diet even if you're restricting yourself to 20 net carbs. We're going to be talking about low-carb berries now. Carbs in strawberries. As a berry, strawberries are loaded in antioxidants and have a substantial amount of fiber. 1 cup of strawberries, which is 144 grams, will roughly be around 11 of carbs and 3 of fiber, or 8 net carbs. Strawberries can also give a decent serving of vitamin C, magnesium, vitamin B9, and potassium. Having a handful of berries mixed them in with a salad or blending them into some sort of smoothie can help curb those sweet cravings. Do be mindful that the carbs can quickly add up if you aren't careful. I'd recommend weighing them out and measuring your strawberries before consuming them with a food scales to enforce discipline. Carbs in blueberries compared to other berries, blueberries are the sweeter end of the option. You'll need to be more mindful of how much you consume since it's easy to toss a handful of blueberries right into your mouth and end up going over your carb limit. Blueberries are rich in antioxidants, just like any other berry. Blueberries can also help with blood pressure, bone strength, and heart disease. A single cup of blueberries can provide a person with 24% of their daily recommended allowance. A cup of blueberries, which is 148 grams, will put you close to the recommended 20 net carbs consumed within a day. So they should be eaten with moderation or mixed with lower carb berries. 1 cup has approximately 21 grams of carbs, which is 3.6 grams of fiber, or 17.4 of net carbs. If you decide to plan ahead and allocate the majority of your carb intake for the serving of blueberries, then there is no issue to choosing to do so. Carbs in blackberries. Personally, my favorite berry, blackberries, can be a great low-carb fruit option. If you're feeling a craving coming on, blackberries are loaded in vitamin C, vitamin K, and like all other berries, are loaded in antioxidants and are great for the skin. A cup of blackberries is roughly around 14 grams of carbs, 8 of fiber, or 6 net carbs. For me, nothing beats a handful of fresh blackberries. The firm ones are like an explosion of sweetness in your mouth, and it's reassuring that these can be enjoyed guilt-free, in moderation, of course, while on a low-carb diet. Blackberries usually ripen between spring and early fall, so summer is a great time to enjoy them at their best. Carbs in raspberries. Raspberries are one of the most recommended fruits I find for keto dieters. As of the other berries, they tend to be more on the tart side and aren't overly sweet, which is great for a keto adjusted palate. Raspberries are rich in antioxidants and are also known to be good for cardiovascular health. Raspberries contain potassium as well as high polypentanol content, which can help with cardiovascular health. A cup of raspberries contains about 15 grams of carbs, 8 of fiber, or 7 net carbs, making them, along with blackberries, one of the most keto-friendly fruit options. Carbs in gooseberries. Gooseberries, also known as Elma, are less commonly found in grocery stores and in my area, but they're another low-carb fruit that I can squeeze into my diet. They're one of the more sour or tart sides, so they can be difficult to overconsume, especially if eating them raw. You can also cook them down, gooseberries, and mix in some zero-calorie sweetener to form a nice jam, which you can spread on your low-carb bread that you make, your keto bread or whatever like that, or your keto bagels. A single cup of gooseberries can provide you with 55% of your recommended daily allowance for vitamin C and aids with collagen synthesis. They also provide magnesium, which helps the body with calcium absorption and blood sugar regulation. A cup of gooseberries is approximately 15 grams of carbohydrates, 6 grams of fiber, or 9 grams of net carbs. Realistically, I don't know how many people who can pucker up and eat large amounts of gooseberries, but it can be a great option if you want something fruity or to use in cooking. Carbs in cranberries. Typically, I associate having cranberries around the holidays, Thanksgiving, or Christmas, along with some turkey or pumpkin pie. Keto pumpkin pie, of course. If you're up for the challenge, you can still cook up a low carb cranberry sauce and not to miss out on those festive foods. Cranberries contain strong levels of acidity, which some people commonly associate with a way to help prevent UTIs as well as stomach ulcers. Like the other berries, they are also known to be rich in antioxidants and help with cardiovascular health. A cup of cranberries have about 12 grams of carbs, 4.6 grams of fiber, and 7.4 grams of net carbs. Cranberries are often harvested around September, Labor Day, or are in season in your local grocery store around October through December, making it an excellent addition to your holiday meals. Low carb melons. Melons are a pleasant surprise to me when I found out that they could be considered a keto fruit. While they are very sweet, they also have a high water content, making it feasible to fit into your macros. Carbs in a cantaloupe, one of my favorite melons. The cantaloupe is rich in vitamin C and A and can help up your potassium intake, which is great for avoiding certain types of muscle cramps. A cantaloupe wedge can be substituted as your dessert to satisfy your sweet cravings without loading up on sugar. A medium-sized wedge, approximately 68 grams of cantaloupe, will have roughly around 5 to 6 of net carbs. Carbs in honeydew, out of the melons that I'm listing off for you today, honeydews are technically the sweetest one of the highest in net carbs. Honeydews are high in potassium, vitamin C, and copper, which are known to help with having healthy skin. One serving of honeydew, which is 100 grams, has approximately 8 net carbs, which puts it just ever so lightly above the other melons that, I mean, one of carbs probably won't make an impact on your diet or lifestyle, but if you'd like to measure things to a T, then you may want to substitute this with another fruit. Carbs in canary melons. I've only been introduced to canary melons recently. They are popular across Asian countries such as Japan and South Korea. And I've described this melon as a mixture between the two previously, honeydew and cantaloupe that I've mentioned previously, as well as a cross with a pear fruit. The texture is a cross between a pear and a honeydew, but it tastes more like an in line with a cantaloupe. Sometimes you can find these in supermarkets under the name of June canary melon. One serving of the canary melon is 100 grams and has approximately 7 grams of net carbs, with 6 grams coming straight from the sugar. Carbs in watermelon. Watermelon is the most loved fruit of all summer fruits. I wouldn't be able to talk about melons without mentioning everyone's summertime favorite, the watermelon. Watermelons are over 90% water. So while you may be eating quite a large volume, the vast majority of it's simply just water. Watermelons are rich in antioxidants and have anti-inflammatory properties. If you're looking at eating a serving of watermelon, you can expect to consume 7.5 net carbs, which is obviously very slightly based on how ripe your watermelon is. Fruits to avoid on the low-carb diet. Since most fruits are naturally sweet, we should be mindful of how much you consume. Technically, no fruits are completely off limits as long as you can fit them into your macros under 20 to 50 either net carbs or total carbs a day, depending on your body. Here are some fruits that can quickly add up and push you over your carb count. Bananas, while loaded in potassium, a single banana can be 20 to 30 net carbs, rough estimate. If you're not fully keto adapted yet, you may want to steer clear of bananas in general to help stay below your carb limit. If you're regularly working out while you're on a keto lifestyle, you may be able to slip a banana into your diet in moderation to help provide with a few carbs as a pre-workout snack. Apples and pears, while an apple a day may keep the doctor away, it can also keep ketosis away as well. Obviously, I'm exaggerating a bit, but when you're trying to stick to a carb limit in the early phases of low-carb diet, you want to minimize your apple or pear intake. A small size apple or pear nets almost 20 grams of carbs, which is close to the recommended starting daily limit for carb intake. I am generalizing a little bit though, as you may be able to squeeze in a Granny Smith with their overall lower sugar content. I would be mindful of apples and the amount consumed. And to be honest, I was never a big fan of them to begin with. Grapes, while it wouldn't hurt to snack on a few individual grapes, generally you want to steer clear from them while on a keto diet. There are plenty of other keto fruits that you can enjoy in higher quantities without consuming as many carbs. A serving of 100 grams of grapes can contain about 16 grams of sugar alone, 16 net carbs, and which makes it one of the sweeter fruits, and I recommend avoiding it altogether. Plus, who the heck eats just one grape? Mangoes, you'll find the most tropical fruits have much higher sugar contents and are naturally sweeter. Mangoes are no exception. While there will be less sweet varieties, I'd steer away from them as it can be a slippery slope if anyone else has a weakness to mangoes like I did. One whole mango can net you around 45 of carbs. So that is a no-go. Which is double the recommended daily intake while on keto. Pineapples aren't the worst fruit while on a keto diet, but they're fairly sweet, which isn't ideal, which a higher water content. One serving of pineapple is 100 grams, which will net you approximately 12 grams of carbs, which is about half of your recommended intake for ketosis. If you plan your meals ahead of time, you can always sneak in a small amount in, especially if it helps curb your cravings. There are more fruits, including tomatoes and zucchinis, that I find to be more savory than sweet, and I go on for days listing them as long with their nutritional profiles. There are some of the common fruits in which you may find in your local supermarket or that you may have been consuming on a regular basis before. While sweet cravings can definitely one of the most challenging aspects of a ketogenic lifestyle, especially if you want to avoid artificial sweeteners. One of the key things that I've noticed in the small amounts of sugar go a long way. After becoming keto adapted, I find myself craving sweets less and less. When I do consume some natural sugars such as fruits, I find them to be much sweeter than I recall them. While I've listed some of the fruits to avoid while following a ketogenic diet, it's not the end of the world if you would indulge in a snack of some other fruits. Just consume in moderation or allocate enough carbs for the day for a healthy treat. Like I mentioned before, get a food scale is definitely an invaluable when trying to balance your macros, since you can't fool yourself when the numbers are right in front of your eyes. So I hope that you all have gotten some insight as to what low carb fruits we can have on the ketogenic lifestyle, that it has helped you out somewhat. And you can enjoy keto fruits. You do not have to be at your goal weight. You can enjoy them in moderation. I have been having low carb fruits for 16 months now, and I have lost over 102 pounds. So you can enjoy them with a little bit of whipped cream on top, a little bit of keto fluff that I might be making shortly. So keep an eye out for some cooking videos. If you have liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments about any keto fruits that you might be considering placing into your diet and you're unsure of, please comment those comments in the comment section below. I would love to have you comment, share this video with people who you may know that want to do or start the ketogenic diet. I hope that you're having a great day. Stay cool, take care, and have a great keto day. Keto on. Bye-bye.